What's up guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the Toyota Corolla. We got a lot of new subscribers from last video and lots of questions on how we bid on cars at Copart and how much did we pay for this car. And we'll do a full how to bid at Copart video one day, but before we get started with this video, we're going to show you our estimating software. We have an Excel spreadsheet that calculates everything and tells you the max bid, and it's fairly simple, and my dad will explain that.
Alright, so this is our top secret proprietary estimating software that we use. I just printed it out. We made this on Excel spreadsheet. So on the top, we just enter all the data about the car, the Toyota Corolla, the year, the mileage, if it has keys, the title type, and it's pretty important if it's salvage or a clean title because salvage reduces the resale price. So the next block, we go to Kelly Blue Book. We don't use NADA. I think KBB is a little bit more accurate. So we write down the good value and then the excellent value. And then we go to Auto Tempest and we see what all the other cars are selling for. But you got to keep in mind, these are clean title, perfect cars. And then our resale amount. So we think we could sell the car for $10,000, which is $3,000 less than all the other cars. All right, so this next big block is where we estimate all the repair cost. So the front end damage, rear, side, rims and tires. So we always put in $100 for a battery because a lot of times the Copart batteries have been dead so long you can't bring the battery back. Detailing, we always put 50 bucks because you're always going to have different cleaners and stuff. $100 always for gas and oil because after you fill it up, change oil, all that kind of stuff, you're going to spend that. And then we always put 100 for miscellaneous, because you never really know what's coming. And since we're not a dealer, we can only sell 4 cars per year, and we have to pay the tax and get the title in our name before we sell it. So that's, for this car, is going to be $650. So the rest of these kind of total everything up. And then we want 20% profit, because if you're not getting 20%, you might as well just invest in the stock market. And then the Copart bid fees, which are high, it calculates that. And then that spits out this number, the maximum to bid. So we plug that in Copart, and if we get it for less, good. If it goes higher, we couldn't have made any money anyway. So this is kind of how we do it. It's not perfect, and that's about it. All right, so we're starting to get a lot of parts in. We got the bumper cover, and this comes all bundled up in a box. So you got to leave it out in the sun a while and kind of stretch it out. Got a tire on it. As such, I think it's way thinner than the normal bumpers. So we got that. We got the fender, which comes primed. We still need this cross brace right here, waiting on that. And we haven't found a headlight yet, so we need that. So we're getting all our parts in slowly, but we still got a ton of work we could do today.
So if you saw in the estimate, we already have $100 for the battery, and majority of the time they're completely dead, or if you bring them back, they're just not good enough to keep in the car when you resell it. We have a Foxwell battery tester that tests everything, including the alternator, so let's test it and see if we can save $100.
All right, so this is the Foxwell battery and charging tester. We've had cheaper ones. This one's way more advanced. And it even connects to a Bluetooth printer if you want to print out your results for the customer. Set this over here. So there's no batteries in here. It gets its power from this battery. Then you got to enter all your cold cranking amps, stuff like that. 12 volt system, so it does 12 and 24. We're going to do regular. Top post. This is a regular battery. Cold cranking amps. Bring it down. I think that says 550. All right. So this is just a standard battery test. So it says good battery. Now it wants to start the engine. It's going to run you through everything you need to do. Like turn the lights on, which we can't. Well, we could turn the AC on because it wants to see a load, all kind of stuff. So Tyler, you can go crank up the engine, and then later you're going to have to rev it to 2500. All right, so it tells you the cranking. You got to press enter for the charging test. Doing our alternator output. Okay, rev the engine, no AC. Okay, idle. And we don't have any load on it. All right, put the AC on all the way. Okay, rev the engine. All right. Engine, press enter. Turn off loads. All right, you can turn off the engine. No load, 14.8. Loaded, 14.11. So we got a good charging system. Battery's good. So you can scroll through everything, go back to cranking, go back to just the battery. So we saved $100. We don't have to buy a new battery. Alternator's good, so that'll help our tight budget a little bit. So we'll have a link in the description for this Foxwell. It's really on the high end of testing the charging system. I would highly recommend it.
So there's a lot of little things we can do while we wait for more parts. So we're gonna get started on the doors. And this door has a huge dent, so let's take off that inner panel and push that out.
And then back here we have this protective film. I don't know how I got this bad. I don't know if dragging suitcases out or something, but we're gonna see if we can maybe heat it up, get it peeled off, because that looks horrible. And then also on the front, we got this support bar. We can go ahead and get this off. We have a spot weld cutter. Looks like we have 2 spot welds right here. And then it's bolted here. I don't know if it's welded to this or this is all one piece. So we're gonna get to work on that too.
So let's start off by taking this inner panel off. All right, so to take the door panel off, there's one screw right here you have to take off, and there's usually some under here, but every door is different. So I'm gonna start by pulling this off to get those out, and then we have a bowl. So we're gonna start by taking this one out.
Yeah, you just gotta figure out on every door, because they're all different. There's usually a hidden screw somewhere that you gotta figure out. So it's best just to take off what you know and then just start pulling all around the edges, and then you'll figure out if you have another screw holding it. I grab the bottom, I'll hold the door. Go the other way. Now lift up. It's still connected over here. All right, there's probably something under this armrest.
All right, so we took this off and realized there was no screws under there. So we popped this off, and as you can see, there's 2 screws in there, and it popped off really easy. So let's take those out.
Tyler working in an office chair today. Our little shop chair broke. He claims it was broke when he came out here. So who knows what really happened to that. So we got to get us a new one of these. Or we'll just weld that back on. So we'll see. All right, should have some wires connecting. So we'll have to unplug those. I don't know what this is. That's for the door lock and stuff. All right. All right, so we got this pulled out. I'm gonna use a block of wood, otherwise we would just be making new dents. Getting better?
I didn't see.
It's hard to tell in here. Just keep moving the block around. All right, got about 90% of the dent out. We're gonna have to, after we sand it, we're gonna have to Bondo that because we got some paint peeling here. And to get this dent, I'm gonna have to remove the door handle because the stuff on the inside is blocking for me to press on this one. So when I go to sand it, that's when I will remove all this. But that's got the majority of it out, so I'm happy with that. I think Tyler's back here doing this. I don't know how hard this is going to be, if we can use heat or if we're going to use some kind of chemical remover or what.
So we found goof off worked better. The heat gun kind of peeled some paint off, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, we might have to repaint this anyway because it looks like it's stained on the actual bumper too. I just don't know how this happened. What would cause it? Using a razor blade, just going real slow. If it messes up the paint, it messes it up. We gotta repaint it anyway at this point. Yeah, this isn't easy either. If you know a better way to do this, definitely let us know. Like right here, we got a little paint up. But all this stuff is stained down into the bumper. Just got to use goof off and just go real slow with a razor blade. Alright, so this turned out to be a pretty massive job. Now we're going to try sanding, since we had to sand it and paint it anyway. But it's still, the sandpaper is not taking it off. I don't know what to do about this. Go ahead and start sanding, make sure you keep it flat. All right, we've been working on this for a while. We tried pretty much everything. Using the scraper blade, razor blade, it kind of digs down into the bumper, and that's messing that up. So we had to go to 60 grit to get through that film. Now we're gonna do some 220 and 400 and just get it all smoothed out. So you can get started on that, Tyler. All right, we got this pretty good for now. This sure turned out to be a lot worse than I thought. Thought it was gonna be a super easy job. Just peel the film off, buff it out, and then it'd be good to go. But now we gotta put some primer and paint it. Now Tyler's doing this spot weld. We got one out already. Just don't go through both pieces of metal. It's getting close. Press a little harder. Yeah, a little more, then we'll be able to separate the two. it may be good. You can take that bar and hit it and separate it. There you go. Let me hold this up. There's something else holding it. I don't know if this piece comes new with that piece.
All right, we just got this piece out. We went a little too deep right there, but it's no big deal. Just have to weld some. This piece was connected, so we got that off, but
we had one more spot weld hidden, so we had to loosen this up to get it out the way.
we're probably gonna have to get a new one of these
I
too.
think it comes with it though, I'm not sure. I think this piece is connected all the way down, so we have to take out 3 more spot welds and we have a whole new piece. So that's it for this. We'll wait till we get the new one in to see what else we need to take out. But wasn't too bad of a job. This is broke. I don't know if we can glue that back. That just holds the radiator in place. Shouldn't be a big deal.
So last video I said we're gonna need a new radiator support and side support, but turns out this piece, radiator support's in perfect condition, so we won't need that. All we're gonna have to replace is what I just took out.
Yeah, we're going to have to find some new connectors. All of these got broke off, so we're going to have to wire that back in. Shouldn't be a big deal. I forgot to order this. Need to get one of these. All this metal, I can pretty much straighten that by hand.
And also, I don't know if I've shown y'all, last week I took out the cabin air filter and look how disgusting this is.
Yeah, you should always change these. This is a 2018. I doubt they ever changed it. You want to show them where it's at? How easy it is?
All you do is take the glove box out, and it's right here. You just pull it out. It's very simple, takes like 20 seconds.
Yeah, and that'll help with the smell in the car too. That way when we run the ozone machine, we'll have a clean filter in it. All right, I know this was a bunch of random stuff in this video, but this is typical how you kind of work on our cars. I don't know how the other YouTubers do it, where they have a massive problem, then they solve it all in one video. I'm pretty sure it's all staged and fake, but this is probably the truest YouTube channel you're gonna find. We're not perfect, we don't really know what we're doing, so we need a lot of your help. So always comment below any kind of tips and tricks, and I think Tyler wants to show you one more thing before we go. A little sneak peek of the next build.
So if those of you who follow us on Instagram know we want us a, is it 2018?
2011.
2011 Range Rover. Not sure how these things are because I hear a lot of bad things from other YouTubers.
Yeah, it seems like they all have blown head gaskets or all kind of pretty bad issues with them, timing.
But it looks pretty nice, like I like it.
The interior is super nice.
There's really no damage on it.
Paint on the hood and the roof is pretty bad, so we'll have to repaint that.
Yeah, I think it just said minor dents and scratches. Is that what it said on Copart?
Yeah.
Interior is very nice.
And we haven't done anything to this car yet.
But I don't want to show too much before the walk around. This is just a little sneak peek. But as you can tell, the paint is very bad. So we're gonna have to, are we gonna repaint the whole car or just?
Probably just the hood and the roof. It ain't really the paint, it's the clear coat came off.
But here's just a little sneak peek, and make sure you stay tuned for next video where you get the full walk around and wash.
And then we will see you next time.